This tutorial is an overview of the Skyward Employee Resource Management area. This is used by teachers to manage payroll information. We no longer send payroll stubs with checks, paper checks any longer. It's all direct deposit. And so if you need any information about payroll for banking or legal purposes, you would need to go into the Skyward Web employee access area to print off that information. So the first thing to do is on your ZenWorks window, double click on the Skyward Web Finance icon and log in. You will have received an email from the comptroller in the business office, Sue Gross, and she should have sent you your username and password, and that will allow you to log in here. I have some different areas because I manage a budget, but you should see this employee access area with this employee information button across the top. If you click on that, it will drop down some other information. This personal information, if you click on that, gives you just a little bit of information about what we have. You can come here and check and look at that. That is, by the way, a very old picture of me and does not look anything like me at all. But you can check your phone number, what they have on file for phone number, your school email, some other information. And if there's anything wrong, you can certainly contact them and let them know. There isn't a lot of other information here. We don't use a lot of these, but for instance, this payroll information, you can look at checks. So I'm not going to click on each one of these to show you what it would look like, because then you'll see my payroll information, that personal information for me. But if you need to see a list of checks by date, you would click on this checks. Each check then is listed by the check number and the date that the check was written, and you can click on the check to drill down for more information. This is the area where you would go to print off any information that you would need, and you'll be walked through step by step how to print and what information you want to include or not include on that print off. This check estimator is nice if you want to see what would happen to your payroll if you were to decrease or increase deductions. You can go in here to this check estimator and change some of that information and just estimate what your payroll would be if you were to make any changes. The changes are not made here, so if you wanted to make changes, then you would need to see Christine Travis in the business office. Year to date for calendar is exactly that. It tells you your payroll information for the calendar year to date, fiscal year to date, a history report of your payroll information, and then you can check your W-2 and W-4 information that they have on file. So if you're not sure what your withholdings are, you can come here and look at this. Time off status is only used for certain employee groups, and teachers at this point are not one of those groups. So the rest of this information you won't use. So really all you will access in this employee area of Skyward is your payroll information. So that's a short tutorial. One more thing, whoops, I wanted to talk to you about there at the very bottom, this web post. This is where you can find copies of the employee handbook and any summaries of the revisions to that handbook. This confidential support employment handbook is this addendum is a different employee group than teachers. So this employee handbook would be for the teacher group, and then this summary of revisions is also for the teachers as well. To look at that handbook, you would click on it, click view. It's going to quickly download the file here in this bottom. So if I double click on it, then it would open it up on my browser, and here is a copy of the employee handbook. Then you can either print it off or save it or just read it online. So again, that is a quick overview of the employee resource management in Skyward. If you have any questions about this, you can certainly ask your mentor, or you could also ask one of the ed tech coaches. Melinda Larson Horn is at the middle school, high school level, and Drea Setter serves both of the elementary schools. So again, if you have any questions, let us know, but that was a quick overview of the Skyward Employee Access System where you could go to look at your payroll information.